Alright, first grade, so now we're going to start coloring in the rest of our person. So I'm going to color in a base color for the hair up here. So I'm going to finish coloring that in. Okay, and then we're going to take a darker color, and again, around those areas that are closer to the head, you're going to color it in darker. And you can actually press a little bit harder. If you have black hair, or if your family member has black hair, you can color it lightly black, and you can make it lighter with some gray. And you can make it darker with blue or purple. So just adding that in some areas. I would keep going all around the face. I can do it in the curls. My mother has very curly hair, and this is my mom. Okay, so I can add some dark spots. Notice that nothing's really standing out that much right now. That's good. Alright, and then I'm going to do some blonde, because she's got some blonde highlights in her hair. If you have a connection to that, you can just do the little connection symbol. You don't have to scream it out. Okay, and so that same color that you wind up putting in the hair, is going to be that same color of the eyebrows. I'm going to put that in here. Okay, and then I'm going to take that same color of the eyebrows and I'm going to color that in. Okay, so my mom happens to have brown eyes. They're pretty light brown eyes, so I'm going to color in her eye that color. And I'm actually going to take another brown and I'm going to layer that on top. And then I'm going to take some yellow. I'm going to layer that in her eyes too. And then that part that's inside our eyes is black dot. And I'm actually going to color a little bit of black around that. And then I'm going to use white to add a little bit of a highlight on it. Makes it look like she's alive. And then I can actually color white, color white inside of her eyes because this paper is tan and it'll show that up. If you want to include eyelashes, you can draw those in with a black crayon and just draw in little lines coming out. I normally just draw it in like a little chunk. And then maybe some eyelashes down here. Okay. So then lips. Moving on to lips. So, boys, you tend to have browner lips. Girls, you tend to have pinker. So if you have browner lips, you can color the brown on top and then add a little bit of pink. Girls, you have pinker lips, so you can layer some pinks and some reds on top of each other. My mom has redder lips. I'm going to layer some pink. And then I'm going to put red on top of that. So she tends to have a little bit redder lipstick. Okay, so that's our basics of coloring in our person. Please make sure that when you're coloring in your face that you also make sure you color in your hand with all those same shadows and highlights and things like that. And also making sure that you put them in your ears. Your ears have shadows too. Okay, so after you've gotten to the point where you've colored in your background, you've colored in your person's face, you can color in your person's object that shows what their hobby is or what they like doing, and then their shirt. Hair needs to have 3 colors. Face needs to have 3 colors. Your background can have 2, and your shirt needs to have 2. So the whole head, including the hand, needs to have 3 colors in each thing that go together. Everything else can have 2. Alright, so any other questions, let me know, but we were focusing on overdrawing, rubbing, oh, and texture. Hold on, I forgot to tell you about texture. Texture and patterning. If you want to add patterns, pattern is just when you're adding a repeating pattern. So I can do that for this whole shirt. But yeah, so you can add patterns. I want to see some patterns on your artwork. Okay, so yes, now, if you have any other questions, just let me know.